Once there lived an old man on the busy streets of Mumbai who wore one shoe. People often stared at him, but not for the reason you'd expect. He walked with a slight limp, wearing just one worn-out sneaker. His other foot was bare, thick with calluses, weathered by sun and dust. On the streets of Mumbai, he was simply known as One Shoe Baba. Some laughed, some whispered, most ignored, but no one knew his name. Until one rainy evening when Arav, a 17-year-old schoolboy, stood under a broken streetlight waiting for his bus. He'd failed an exam that day, his third in a row. His dreams of becoming an engineer felt distant, impossible. The weight of his parents' expectations crushed his chest. He didn't want to go home. That's when he saw the man limping, soaked, shivering, yet humming softly to himself. Arav, irritated and heartbroken, muttered, "What's there to sing about when you don't even have shoes?" The man paused, looked at him and smiled. "You'd be surprised, son. Sometimes one shoe is more than enough." Arav scoffed, "You're homeless, you're poor, how can you be happy?" Instead of taking offense, the man sat beside him and said gently, "Let me tell you a story. I wasn't always like this," he began. "My name is Raghu, and I used to wear polished shoes every day. I worked in an office, earned well, had a beautiful wife and a little girl with the brightest eyes you've ever seen. Life was kind, or so I thought." Raghu's eyes softened as raindrops mingled with the tears he didn't hide. Then came the fire, a faulty wire, our apartment. Gone in minutes. My wife died instantly. My daughter, she fought for 3 days. I held her hand the whole time in the hospital. On the 3rd day, she looked at me and whispered, "Papa, promise me you'll smile. Always, even when it hurts. Promise me you'll live for me." He paused. Arav looked down, unsure what to say. "She died that night." Raghu continued. "And with her, everything I thought I needed vanished. Money, status, things. I broke down, left everything. I walked, day after day, no purpose, no hope. And then one day, while walking by the sea, I saw a boy with no legs, laughing, playing with a kite. That's when I remembered her words. Smile, even when it hurts. That boy had no legs and he was flying. I had one shoe, and I was drowning." From that day, Raghu decided he'd truly live with what little he had. He began helping others who were broken like him. He fed hungry kids when he could. He taught street children the alphabet using chalk on the pavement. And every time someone asked why he wore one shoe, he smiled and said, "Because it's enough to move forward." Arav sat in silence. The rain had stopped, but something inside him had started to pour guilt, realization, emotion. "I failed 3 exams and thought life was over," he whispered, "but I still have both shoes, and a home, and parents who care." Raghu smiled. "It's okay to feel lost. What's not okay is to stop walking. Every step, even the painful ones, lead you somewhere. Just don't stop." That night, Arav didn't wait for the bus. He ran home barefoot through the wet streets, not caring about the mud or the curious stares. He hugged his parents tightly and locked himself in his room, not to cry, but to study, to try again. Not just for marks, but for meaning. Years later, on graduation day, Arav stood on stage, holding his engineering degree. Cameras flashed, applause roared, but in the crowd he searched for only one face. At the back, under a tree, stood a man with one shoe, clapping, smiling, eyes proud. After the ceremony, Arav walked over, handed Raghu the graduation cap and said, "This belongs to you." Rag, who chuckled, "No, son. It belongs to the boy who chose to keep walking." This story teaches us too often we measure life by what we lack: a grade, a job, a relationship, a dream not yet achieved. But real strength lies not in perfection, but in perseverance, in choosing to walk forward even when we're wounded, even when we're unsure, even when we only have one shoe. Life doesn't demand we have everything, it asks that we make the most of what we do have. Your story isn't over because of one failure. Your worth isn't defined by what you've lost, and your journey isn't meaningless just because the path is hard. So when life breaks you, when the world laughs, when you feel like giving up, remember the man with one shoe. He had every reason to stop, but he chose to walk, and so can you.